everyone, and welcome to today's class. You might notice our dear Ursa is sporting a diaper. She's entered her womanhood, and we've entered the stage again of having to figure out how to put a diaper on, this time with a tail, which has been interesting. So we are going to get into a little bit of back bending and twisting today. We're going to start off in a supported bridge pose. So I'd like you to bring in your block or your folded up blanket. We're having it at about 4, maybe 6 inches tall. And you're going to come down to your back to begin. If you're using a block or even your blanket, it depends on how open you're feeling in your back today. So you might do the first level on your block, or maybe more about a 4-inch height for your blanket, or you can go up to the second level or more of a 6-inch height on your blanket if that's available to you. So with heels below your knees, drive the knees down to lift your hips up and get nice and supported in the sacrum, the big bone in your low back. Make sure that your shoulders are tucked under, please. And let the back of your neck be long as your chin draws slightly down into your throat. You can maybe widen the feet here if you'd like, letting your knees knock in just a bit so it can be a little more relaxed. And then it's your choice here, yogis. Your arms could stay down alongside the torso. Palms up will help the shoulders relax. If you'd like to find some space across the heart, you could move into T arms, or you could bend your elbows going into cactus arms. You might even like to hold opposite wrist, forearm, or elbow above the head. So just take some time to get settled. And then when you're ready, it's your choice if you softly gaze toward the ceiling without really seeing it, or if you allow your eyes to drift closed. And just take a moment here to welcome yourself to today's practice. And then please bring your awareness to your breath. On your next inhale, can you feel your belly rise away from your spinal column as you inhale? And can you allow it to be a complete exhale? Your breath fully leaving your lungs, maybe feeling like you're draping even more over your support. Just allow your mind to settle on the breath. Already starting to practice being the silent witness to what is going on in your body, in the quality of your heart, your mind. Just let all the mind stuff start to quiet. You might have seen the title of today's class, The Wondrous Power of Your Mind. In the opening line of one of the major literary canons for the Buddhists, the Dhammapada, it is written, "All that we are is the result of what we have thought." I find it interesting that this very old work is now being proven by today's science. I was recently listening to a podcast where they had talked of a study they had done with teachers, and unbeknownst to the teachers, they had them grade a test first in a room that was too cold, just before lunch, at a time where they were maybe a little more irritable. And then they had them a different time grade the same set of papers after having a meal in a comfortably warm room. And the test grades or the paper grades, pre-lunch and in a cold room or an uncomfortably warm room, I'm not sure which, were graded lower than those test grades with a full belly and an appropriate temperature. Just how we are perceiving the world and how that affects us, affects how we respond back out into the world. So as you move today, I ask you to practice being that witness to the quality of your mind. And can you maybe lean into the power and the wonder of it all? Just taking a few more mindful breaths here. Again, just practicing watching. Watching where the mind goes, watching how you speak to yourself internally, watching how you respond, whether it's to the poses I offer today or to your execution of them. And as always, can you practice compassion, kindness, and just being open to whatever comes your way. These last few rounds of breath in our opening bridge pose, you might like to place an intention, a sankalpa, on your practice. Remember, we do this by stating it in a phrase as if it's already occurring with an I am statement. And if you'd like, repeat this statement to yourself a few times so that you can really root it into your wondrous mind. So you can start to manifest that which you'd like to work toward. Well done, you guys. From here, we're going to come out of our supported bridge. So please bring your heels back below your knees. You can widen the feet from there. Release the arms so they can be back alongside the body. Drive the knees down and lift your hips up. Please take your support out and then begin lowering with care, vertebra by vertebra. Navel in, helping you work through the low back. Just try and let your sacrum be the very last thing to touch down. Doing your best as always. From here, yogis, I would like you to pay attention. We're going to go through a little bridge sequence here. I'd like to show you what it's going to look like. So we're going to do a few rounds to begin of just what I call some bridge ups, lifting the hips, lifting the arms. We'll do maybe about 3 rounds of that. And then from there, we're going to find a little bit of a twist. So we'll come up not necessarily to the highest point in your bridge and you'll hold. And an inhale is going to reach the right arm toward the left, getting a nice little stretch in the back, looking toward the left. And then the exhale will bring the arm back down. And then we'll switch. The inhale reaching opposite arm to the right, coming back to neutral. We'll go through about 3 rounds of these, side to side. So let's begin with our bridge ups. Again, heels below your knees, and then widen the stance if that feels best in your low back. Belly button in, and let's start with palms down for this. On your next inhale, navel in as you drive your knees, your whole foot down, lifting the hips, lifting the arms to come overhead, maybe laying on the mat above you. And then on the exhale, you're lowering as a whole unit, not doing the roll down that we just did. Come back down to the floor. Inhale, navel in, drive the knees down, feel your whole foot rooted into the mat as you lift your hips, your arms. Exhale, release. Move nice and slow, you guys. Let's not try to drive through this too fast. Last one like this. Inhale up. Keeping the breath nice and full. And on your exhale, release back down. All right, we're going to start that little twist. Maybe not so little. Inhale, come up about a moderate height in the hips. Palms up. On your next inhale, you're going to start to reach the right arm to the left. Turn your head to the left as much as feels good. Maybe feeling this little stretch in the back. And on an exhale, release the right arm back down. Turn your head back to neutral. Inhale, left arm reaches to the right. Try to keep the hips stable. Head turning to the right. And exhale, release back to neutral. We'll do 2 more here. Inhale, right arm up. Turn to the left, reach to the left. Exhale, release. It's okay if you're shaking or feeling a little burn. Can you stay present? Inhale, left arm to the right, look to the right. Exhale, release. If it's in your practice, 1 more. Each side. Soft mouth, relax your eyes. Nice job, you guys. Lowering the left arm and then slowly lowering your hips back down. Just pause at the bottom. Take a cycle of breath. And let's go ahead and do some windshield wipers to neutralize what we've done. So open the arms to a T and widen your stance as wide as your mat. On your next exhale, navel in, lower both knees to the right as your head rolls to the left. Inhale, bringing everything back to neutral. Exhaling, knees left, head right. You'll go side to side, a couple more rounds, massaging the back of the skull. Last set here. Nice job, you guys. When you're ready, come back to neutral and roll either way to make your way to tabletop. You're setting up with your knees below your hips, your wrists below your shoulders. Remember, wrist creases are parallel to top edge of mat, fingers are spreading evenly, rooting an index finger and thumb. And let's find some strength in the arms as we turn in our elbows forward, as we move shoulders away from the ears. We're going to go through some pelvic circles and then maybe let it cyclone up the torso. So starting with thinking of our pelvic bowl circling around our spine to the right. On your next inhale, feel your pelvis rotate to the right, and on your exhale, bring it through the left side. As big or as small as feels right. You can always grow gradually bigger. Inhaling through the right, exhale through the left. We'll do 1 more, just the pelvic bowl. Let your chin come down, release the back of your neck. And if you'd like here, you can start to cyclone up the torso, involving as much of the torso as feels good to you. Really mobilizing through your spinal column. Try to stay with a full breath, you guys. And maybe you find some gratitude for the mobility that you have here and now. 1 more this way. And make your way back to neutral when you're balanced. We'll now go pelvic circles to the left. Inhale, circling the pelvis to the left, and exhale through the right. 2 more, just the pelvic bowl. Inhale, belly button can come in here to help you navigate this movement. Exhale. Last one. Before possibly letting it spiral up the spine. Deep breathing, close your eyes. How does this feel? Don't worry about how it looks. When you're worrying about how it looks, that's the mind overacting. Again, determining things that maybe don't need to be determined. If you can just stay in how it feels without overthinking it. Let's do one more here. And back to neutral. A few rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, belly lowering, feeling the back ribs roll into the spine, heart forward, chin up. And on the exhale, push the floor away. Belly button in, back of heart lifting, separating the shoulder blades, chin to chest. Just a couple more. Know that you're welcome to pause anywhere that feels like it would benefit from your attention. Breathing kindness, compassion into those areas that are tight. Try not to think negatively or angrily at those areas, as it might just promote that sensation. It's not that you're ignoring the sensation, but you're trying to work with it rather than against it. Nice job, you guys. Back to neutral. Preparing for a toe stand, knees as wide as feels good. Tuck your toes. As always, you're welcome to stay here, maybe doing a little rock forward and back. If it feels okay today, you can come to stand on the knees. If it's in your practice, you're welcome to sit on the heels. Do make sure your pinky toes get involved. As upright in the spine as you're able. Glutes strong, navel in, shoulders down. We're extending the arms forward and turning thumbs to the floor. Let's start with right arm under left today. Interlace your fingers and bring your hands into the sternum. With the collarbones gently widening, can you feel your hands push gently together and softly grip in the fingers? And then let's get a little stretch here with a rotation in the neck. So chin to throat softly. On your next exhale, gaze toward the right shoulder. Keep your eyes soft. Inhaling back to center when you're ready. Exhaling left, gaze to left shoulder. Inhale, back to neutral, please. Re-extend and release the hands. Right arm over, left, interlace. Bring the hands into the heart. Again, collarbones wide. Softly press the palms and grip the fingers. Chin coming in toward throat, this time a side bend in the neck. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Let the left shoulder drop away. On an inhale, come back up the center. And on an exhale, left ear to left shoulder, right shoulder dropping away. As you observe and you notice the bouncing of the mind or the wanderings of the mind today, can you continually ask yourself, now what? If you've realized you're delving into talking negatively, come back up the center about yourself. Can you ask, what am I going to do with this power now? Release your hands, roll it out a couple times each way. Once you recognize that negative talk, you have an option. To continue with it, or to shift it the other way, or to ignore it entirely. Many different options here. Can you do whatever is going to help you move toward your greatest good? All right, you guys, we're preparing for our down dog. Please have props nearby if you'd like to use them today. Wrist creased again, parallel to top edge of mat. Spread the fingers evenly. Root your index finger and thumb, and when you're ready, step the feet back and lift your hips up. Remember, we're looking for spinal extension, so maybe stepping feet in, putting a bend in the knees will help. Wherever you choose to be, let your feet at least be hip width. You're welcome to go through a nice slow pedal or sway today. You might rather like to be still or lift up onto the toes. Be curious around what will help your body balance. Let's find some strength in the arms. Again, pushing index finger and thumb into the mat. Feel your inner elbows turn forward and your outer shoulder blades lift. Feel the upper back widen. Can you let your head dangle freely? You might even do a little shake of yes. Tension from today just slipping away. You might even do a little shake of no. Observing how you're feeling in the body. Again, without judgment. Are you tight in the jaw? Would a yawn open of the mouth, a sticking out of the tongue help you let go of that tension? Back to neutral when you choose. And on your next exhale, squat your hips down and back as you press your hands into the floor and forward. Lengthen the spine a little bit more. Soft neck, maybe a wiggle of the tail. And on an inhale, lengthen the legs as much as feels good to you. With your next exhale, yogis, look to your hands and however serves you, please make your way to powerful pose. Feet hip width today. Please put weight in the heels, sink the hips down, and on an inhale, sweep your arms up. And again, arms can be parallel to the floor or biceps can come up toward the shoulders. Feel your glutes strong, your belly button in, and let your chin come down. Always think of lengthening the spine, heart, top of head, lengthening to the sky. And some little pulses here today, yogis. So on your next inhale, come up a bit. And on your exhale, sink toward your edge. 2 more. Inhale up. Deep breath, release your mouth, your eyes, exhale, sink. 1 more. And on your next inhale, push to standing. Keep the glutes strong, the navel in. Feel the back ribs roll into the spine, heart to sky as you take a back bend. And on an inhale, back to neutral, please. The exhale, releasing hands to heart. Palms to sides. All 10 toes facing forward. Root down in the big toe mounds, the pinky toe edge of the foot and the heel. Notice if you're locking the knees out, just a little micro bend there. Glutes strong, navel in. On an inhale, sweep the arms up. Keep this strength. And on an exhale, steeple fingers. Inhale to get nice and tall. And on your exhale, up and over to your left. Feel the breath really full in the low right side body. Rooting the right foot and reaching through your fingertips. You'll feel your elbows hug just a bit more. Full breath. Fan the ribs open. Inhaling back to center. Exhale up and over to the right. Root the left foot to reach. Feel your elbows hug. Deep breathing, you guys. Create more space for breath. On your next inhale, back to center. Moving back into your variation of powerful pose. Release the hands and exhale. Arms can lower if that's in your practice. And on your next exhale, torso moving to thighs, hands to props or floor. Shift your weight into the balls of the feet, keeping the whole foot down, and start to reach your thighs toward the wall behind you. Can you release your neck a little bit more? Maybe a little shake again. Let go of the tension there. What are the quality of your thoughts here, yogis? If you're having any thoughts. If you're not, that's all right. That means you're in the present moment. A wonderful place to be. That is full living. All right, we're going into a lunge here. Again, props provide space. Left foot back. Wrists are below shoulders. Trying to keep knee above ankle. Please reach through the back heel, feel your glutes strong, your belly button in, and let your shoulders slip down your back, chin coming into throat. You're trying to be this long line of energy, yogis, from the top of your head through your heel. Notice your breath. Could it go deeper? Notice if you're holding in your mouth or around your eyes. Can you release? You are more than welcome to stay here or a little more warming, strengthening in the thighs. On your next exhale, left knee moving toward the mat. And on an inhale, press through the left heel. Exhale, left knee down. Inhale, reach through the left heel. One more like this. Exhale. And inhale. We're preparing for our standing pose. If you'd like to play with balance, you can stay in a lunge positioning. If balance is compromised at all, please know the left heel is welcome to go down for a warrior one leg. If you want to stay in the lunge position, widen the stance. This will give you a firmer base to work if you'd like. Keep the left heel reaching, glutes strong, and inhale up when you are ready. If you have your left foot down, push the heel down. Press through the pinky toe and feel your back kneecap lift, everyone. Glutes strong, belly button in. So we're going to go through a little twist action here if you'd like to watch first, and a little back bending as well. I want to show you this before we really start moving. So the inhale is going to reach your left arm back towards your left thigh as you reach right arm to the sky. And then the exhale is going to finish that circle with the left arm as you turn to the right, open arm twist. So you go through the circling of the arms, moving between a back bend and an open arm twist. We're going to pause first and find a little back bend here. So palms together. Please root the back foot. Start to feel your tail and your heart lift to the sky. So you come into this back bend. You can look to the ceiling if you'd like. Glutes strong, navel in. All right, let's start our movement. On your next inhale, left arm circling back. On your exhale, open up to the right. Inhale, left arm up, circle back, right arm coming forward to reach to the sky. Exhale, open arm twist to the right. 3 more if you'd like. You can pause anywhere that you find a benefit. Keep the right big toe mound rooted. The back leg strong. It's okay to wobble, you guys. What's the quality of your thoughts about that wobble? Remember, this builds strength. Your proprioception, your balance. Nice job, you guys. You're pausing in the open arm twist. Maybe coming to this lunge stance now. You're welcome to stay up. You could go down to low lunge, or we'll do some pulsing here. So on your next exhale, left knee toward the floor. As much as feels right. Inhale, press back to lunge. Maybe even a straight leg if you'd like to really go through full range of motion. Exhale, left knee down. Inhale, press up. Last one, exhale, lower and go all the way to the floor. Untuck the back toes, please. We're going into a half camel here. So you might like to find your block or your prop and set it to the outer left ankle. You could stay with the back toes tucked if you'd like to go to the heel for this half camel. And in this back bend, if you'd rather, your left arm could come around the low back as you reach right arm to the sky. So options. You find what works for you where you're able to honor your body. Starting from this open arm twist to the right. Inhale, left arm up, circling through the right side. Exhale, take hand to block, to ankle or heel or around the low back. You do you. Push into the floor. The left hand, if it's in a supported place. Feel your tail lift, your heart lift, and only lean back in your head as much as feels good on your neck. We're going to come up into a twist from here. So continuing through, inhale, circle up, and exhale, open to the right. You're welcome to stay here. Hands could go to the outer right leg if you'd like to be there. If you're feeling you want something a little bit more, right hand can assist. Left elbow to the outer right knee. Pressing palms, lining them with the center of the face, right elbow to sky. Everyone glutes strong, navel in. Push hand or elbow to leg, leg or elbow to hand. Shoulders down the back. Nice, you guys. Inhale, back to center. And on your exhale, hands down to props or floor. We're switching out sides. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Left foot joining right. And then right foot back into your lunge to begin. Lengthen, widen. As feels right for your tension here. Please reach through the right heel. Feel the right leg strong. Engaging glutes, navel to spine. Again, just notice if you're bunching up at the back of the neck. Can you draw the shoulders down or bring your chin into your throat? Soften your eyes, part your lips, your teeth. Keep long through the heart and the top of your head. What are you going to create here? And how you observe, talk to yourself. All right, let's start some movement. On an exhale, right knee to the floor, toward the floor. Inhale, press through the right heel. 2 more like that, yogis, if it suits you. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Last one. Nice job. Going into a warrior one leg, right heel down if you'd like, or widen your stance if you want to play with balance in your high lunge. Keep the glutes strong, the navel in, and make your way up. Adjust your stance if that helps you feel stable. Palms together if that feels okay. If your right heel is down, you're pressing the pinky toe into the floor. Everyone, right kneecap up, glutes strong, navel in. Let's start off with a little bit of back bend here. So feel the tail lift with the press of the back foot. Feel your heart lift, leaning your head back as much as you'd like toward the ceiling, a gaze. Keep the bend in the left knee. So this round it will be the right arm that circles back. On your next inhale, right arm reaching back to right thigh, little back bend. On your exhale, continue to circle and open to the left. Inhale, right arm up, circle back, left arm reaching to ceiling. Exhale, open arm twist. Glute strong, navel in. 3 more if you'd like, you guys. Inhale. Exhale. Find a point to rest the gaze, helping you balance. Last one. Nice. Stay in this open arm twist. You can stay up in a lunge. You can pivot your heel up so you're in a lunge if you'd like to do these little strengtheners here. Or you can go down in low lunge. On your next exhale, right knee toward the floor, as low as feels good to you. Inhale, maybe pressing towards straight legs. Exhale, right knee down. Inhale, press up. Last one, all the way down. Feel free to assist your pose. You can untuck back toes if you'd like. You can bring your prop in, outer right ankle. You can prepare for this back bend. Right arm can go around back when we move. On your next inhale from this open arm twist, circle the right arm up and exhale back. Whatever variation you find works on this side. You're rooting down. Right arm around the low back if you'd rather. Feel the tail, the heart lift. Lean back in the head as much as suits you. Where's your breath here, yogis? All right, we're thinking of that open arm twist. On your next inhale, circle up. And exhale, open to the left. Arms can stay wide. Hands could go to outer left knee, outer left hip if you'd rather. Or if it's in your practice, taking right elbow to outer left knee. Let the palms press if you come here, left elbow to sky. Everyone shoulders down the back, pressing hands or arm to leg, leg or hands, you know what I mean? Creating this tension between leg and arm. Begin to twist a little bit more as it feels right to you. Remember, not all tension is bad. Our tension in the body helps us do a lot of this functional movement. So maybe even shifting how you view tension can help us understand our emotions as well. On a next inhale, back to center. And on an exhale, hands down. We're going into plank pose here, yogis. Left leg coming back. Knees can be down if you'd like, or you can extend the legs long. Reach through your heels, glutes strong, navel in. Let your shoulders draw down your back. Turn the inner elbows towards your rooted index fingers and thumb. Chin to throat, let the back of the neck be long. Head in line with the spine. Can you deepen your breath? Notice if you're holding in the throat or the mouth, the eyes, let it go. And on your next exhale, everyone, knees down. You can chaturanga to the floor if it's in your practice. Shoulders down the back. Keep the weight in index finger and thumb, elbows softly hugging in. Untuck your toes, please. We're going into cobra. Root the tops of the foot, the pelvis. Keep the index finger and thumb into the floor. We're starting off with strength in the core, the torso. So feel the back ribs roll in toward the spine, helping your heart extend forward. Keep the tops of the feet rooted so your thighs, your legs are engaged. And then let's add the arm element. Press index finger and thumb. Feel your heart lift a bit more. Elbows hug in, shoulders draw down, and hands draw back. Deep breathing, you guys. Notice if you're overarching in the neck, bring the chin down, conserve that energy. And on your next exhale, please release. You're going to push up and back into a child's pose here. Knees as wide as you'd like, big toes maybe toward each other. Release your head to the floor and just take a few rounds of breath here. Good work, you guys. So I would like to show you this fun balancing pose we're going to move into. If you decide, oh, Mandy, this is not for me, no big deal. You can stay in child's pose. You can watch what I do if you'd like. No matter what you choose to do. Observe where the mind goes. If you start to get into that talk of, I'm not enough, yada, 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 just observe that that's happening and do your best to be compassionate to yourself around that. We all have these different trajectories, these different paths. Trust that you're on the appropriate one for you. All right, so this is going to be from a child's pose, a little balancing. If in your child's pose, your temple doesn't make it down to the floor, you can use either your folded up blanket or a block if that supports you. But just really be mindful of what's going on in the neck. We don't want to create any issues in the neck, so proceed with caution there. So what we're going to do, first stage one, if you'd like, is you would come into your twist in your child's pose, and you could stay here. If you decide you want to play with the balance, the left side of your head is going to be to the floor, and then you're going to bring your right hand below your shoulder. Keeping the left shin, and you might need to adjust your weight here, keeping the left shin and the left back of arm rooted, you're going to shift and lift your right leg up. You could stay here, or you could start to bend the right knee, and maybe keeping the arm, the leg rooted. You reach back and get a hold for this little quadricep bind. This pose actually has a name. It is like 5 or 6 words long. I didn't memorize it. So if you're wondering what it's called, I will look it up and paste it here. So anyway, if you're ready, we're going to start off on the right side. So you might want to adjust so that you can see what's going on. Knees as wide as feels good, arms extended forward. You're welcome to stay here. If you want to go into the twist, left arm snakes between right arm and leg. Left shoulder down, left side of head to floor. You're rooting the back of the arm, the left arm here. Feel the right underarm get heavy to the mat. You are welcome to stay here. If you want to practice with the balance, right wrist, hand comes below shoulder, and maybe you start to shift up off the heels a little bit. You're keeping the left back of arm rooted and the left shin rooted as you start to shift your weight to the left. Push right hand into floor, and maybe you get the right leg up. Maybe it's just a little lift. Maybe you start to fully extend the leg, and can you roll the inner thigh up to the sky? If you'd like to go a little bit further, you can bend the knee. Feel the heel move toward the outer right hip. You're welcome to stay here, or keeping the left arm, leg rooted. Maybe you release the right hand. If you roll, just roll. No big deal. Play with it. Watch the mind. Maybe you get a hold of ankle, foot. Maybe it's not available to you this way. How are you going to respond? Where's your breath? Nice, you guys. It's okay to shake. Release, extending arm, leg. And when you're ready, right hand back below shoulder. Go ahead and unwind, extending left arm. Come back into your child's pose. Just pause. Take a few rounds of breath. Remember, this practice, our yoga practice in general, is meant to be like a little simulation of maybe daily experience, so that we can practice, in today's instance, watching the fluctuations of the mind, remembering that what we think is what we create in our daily living. So if we can come into these poses that maybe test us a little bit, can we stay in a calm and centered place while we try to work with what is in our bodies, in our ability, and in the offerings. Not attaching to any type of outcome, just letting it be playful. All right, second side, should you choose to go there. Extending the arms. This round, right arm between left arm and leg. Shoulder moving from the right ear, setting right side of the head toward the floor. Again, you're welcome to stay here, root the back of the right arm, and feel your left underarm get a little heavier to the floor. If you choose to go into the balance or to play with it, left hand draws back, so you have a little more support here. Shift your weight forward so you're a little bit more on the right arm, not so much hip to heel. Keeping the arm weight rooted in the right arm, shift your weight to the right shin. Feel that rooted as well. You're going to start to lift your left leg as much as feels good on this side. Feel the inner thigh roll up to the sky. Glutes strong, navel in. Deep breathing, you guys. If you choose to play with it from here, bend the left knee, moving heel toward the outer left hip, the top. And if you'd like to play even further, right arm, right leg rooted, maybe release and reach back with the left hand, finding foot or ankle. Notice if you're holding anywhere you don't need to be, let it go. And breathe. Nice job, you guys, wherever you choose to be. Gently release, re-extend, arm, leg. Bringing left hand back below shoulder, left knee down. Re-extend, arms forward. Knees as wide as feels good. You're welcome to stay there with arms extended, or you can bring palms together and let your thumbs come toward the nape of your neck, getting this nice little stretch along the triceps, the upper back. Maybe some open mouth exhales, let it go. Well done, you guys. On your next exhale, release your hands down and gently make your way up to a seat. We're going to come into Baddha Konasana. So if you'd like to sit on a blanket, know that's available so that you can lift up and out of your waistline. You might like to walk your sits bones back so that you're not so rounded in your low back. And then it's really your choice. Your heels can be as close or as far away from your bottom as feels good to you today. And feel free to play with it. Before we go into our forward fold, we're going to find a little bit more of a twist. That last twist we did was more in the upper spine. This one we're looking to have more around the mid spine. So right away, I want you to feel the pinky toe edge of your feet pressing. And try to be as tall as you can, shoulders down the back, chin to throat. You're going to take your right hand to your left knee and your left hand behind. Shoulders down the back, inhale, get tall. And with the press of the feet and the right hand to knee, start to twist. Each inhale is this opportunity to lengthen. And each exhale is this opportunity to maybe go a little deeper. And maybe you let your gaze move to your left shoulder, chin to throat. Remember, if you neglect your mind, there's a tendency for the senses and the lower forces in your consciousness to take control of your mind. We want to train it carefully. And in this way, we can utilize our mind's power to liberate it. On your next inhale, back to center. And on your exhale, left hand to right knee, right hand behind. Again, press the feet. Inhale, get tall, shoulders down, lift the heart. And with an exhale, pressing the pinky toes and the left hand to knee, start to twist. As much as feels good on this side. Each inhale, getting tall. Each exhale, you decide, maybe going a little deeper. Maybe chin to throat, looking to right shoulder. Remember, like attracts like. So if we are being down on ourselves, there's a tendency for us to keep piling that on. If we are to feel fearful, there's a tendency that we will look into articles or news stories that promote fear. Alternatively, if we lean into those amazing stories of love, kindness, compassion, we might find ourselves feeling a little more loving, kind, and compassionate. Inhaling back to center. Hands to ankles, arches or toes, preparing for a forward fold. If you have low back concerns, please stay upright or at least be gentle. Shoulders down as you inhale, lengthen. And on an exhale, navel in as you start to shift forward if it's in your practice. You could set your elbows to your inner thighs, or if it's available, maybe hook them on the front of the shin. But remember, we're going where we are and what's accessible, is what we're working toward, rather than pushing too hard. Shoulders down the back, chin to throat. Inhale, lengthen your torso. And on your exhale, feel the pinky toe edge of the foot and the navel. Gently press. Notice if you can release the back of the neck. Long exhales, helping you release the inner thighs, the outer hips. That little press of the pinky toe is going to help you get a little deeper to the inner thigh, the outer hip. And on your next inhale, please make your way up. You're going to extend the right leg forward, Janu Shirshasana. Left foot to anywhere on the inside of the right leg. Again, you're always welcome to prop the knee. Please flex your right foot and root your right thigh. Upright in the spine, a gentle twist as you turn navel toward your right kneecap. Inhale, get tall. Staying here, exhaling navel to spine, or starting your forward fold if your low back is okay with it. Each inhale, feel your heart reach to your toes if you're in the forward fold, shoulders down. Each exhale, navel in, let it be a complete exhale as you release. Deep breathing. Can you stay with the practice? Notice if your mind's wanting to wander away. Personally, these more still poses are definitely harder for me to stay present. Notice if this is also you, and really be diligent about where your mind goes. Can you practice just stilling it on the moment rather than your to-do lists or dropping 10 years into the past? Nice job, you guys. Your next inhale, coming up just enough to place right hand or maybe forearm to the inside of right leg. Connect arm and leg, preparing for our side angle. Keep the right leg strong and engaged, and inhale, open the left arm on a diagonal. Shoulders down the back as you inhale, reach your heart toward your toes. And on your exhale, press right arm and leg and maybe lean back a little bit more on the left side body. Let your chin come into your throat. And you can either look to right thumb, left thumb, or one point in between that feels spacious on your neck. And let's maybe take a counterbalance to our child's pose. On the next exhale, if you'd like, left arm around the low back in a half bind. Feeling the left shoulder draw down and the left collarbone move back in space. Nice, you guys. And on an inhale, release the bind and reach left arm over left ear. Remember, you're trying to keep your shoulders stacked up here. Really reaching out of the left rooted sits bone. And on your next exhale, release the left arm down. And inhale, walk yourself back up. I just can't help it. Every time I see her in her diaper, it just cracks me up. I feel bad for her. All right, when you're ready, left leg extends, right leg coming back. Find a proper placement for your right foot that feels good on the knee. Flex the left foot and root the left thigh. Again, little twist, navel toward kneecap. Shoulders down as you inhale, lengthen your torso. Navel in, you're welcome to stay here, exhaling, or begin to fold if it's in your practice. Each inhale, heart to toes or to sky if you're upright. And each exhale, navel in, begin to release some of this tension. Breathe right into it. Stay present. I know in my own practice, I'm much easier able to work through my tension if I really breathe into it and with it than if I'm wandering away. Training our mind in this way is a discipline. Our thoughts sometimes can be a swampy mess. You can even imagine them like water in a bog. But when we begin to train our minds to become aware of where the mind goes, we give it form. It begins to look more like a river than a swamp or a bog as we move toward our greatest good. We find a flow. On our next inhale, straighten the arms as much as feels good, preparing for our side angle. Left hand to inner left leg, maybe forearm down if it's in your practice. Keep the left leg strong, and on your inhale, open the right arm on the diagonal. Again, shoulders down the back. Lean back a bit as you reach your heart to your toes. And on an exhale, press left arm and leg and feel the right half of the torso lean back. Chin to throat, you guys. And again, you decide what feels spacious on your neck. Deep breathing. And if you choose, right arm into a half bind around the low back. Feeling the right shoulder drop away from the ear and the collarbone gently press back in space. And on your next inhale, reach right arm along right ear. Try to stack the shoulders up. Use the left arm to help that happen. Root the right sits bone and extend. Just through a straight elbow. Notice if it's bent. And on your next exhale, gently release the right arm down. And on an inhale, make your way back up. And just pause for a moment. You can extend the right leg. Just notice how you're feeling along the back body. We're going to make our way down to our backs here for a supported shoulder stand. So if you'd like to have that blanket or your block available, please do. And make your way down when you're ready. Your heels will be below your knees. You can widen your feet from there. You might be feeling more open in the spine. So if you did level 1 the first, our supported bridge, you might decide to go to level 2 on the block this round. But you know it's right. Trust your body's intelligence. Navel in, please. Drive the knees down to lift your hips up. And set the block to your low back, your sacrum. Feel nice and supported. Shoulders tucked under. Arms alongside the torso, palms up. Let the back of your neck be long, chin toward throat. And you might decide this feels pretty good and you want to stay right here. If you'd like to go a little bit further and it feels okay, you could take one leg up, both legs up, if that's appropriate. And you're letting your legs be gently engaged. Ankles over knees, knees over hips. Stay with your breath. Belly expanding on inhale. And a complete exhale so that we can really bring our parasympathetic nervous system forward twofold. Through deep breathing, long exhales, and through this inversion. Remember, this pose, or legs up a wall, or even your calves lying in a couch or a chair seat, helps calm the nervous system very quickly. It's a wonderful pose to take if you're agitated or nervous. In fact, I even recommend offering it to kids who are out of sorts. Doing it with them. If you have one leg up, feel free to switch them out. And maybe just float in your mind. you stay with your breath, feeling your mental tensions ease. Remember what a wonder you are. How far you've come. How many times you thought you couldn't do something and then did. You are a wonder. You are powerful and capable of so much. Don't allow your mind to be that holds you back. Nice job, you guys. When you're ready, an exhale will bend your knees, placing one foot and then the other to the floor. Let your foot placement be mindful for your low back, and when you're ready, drive the knees down to again lift the hips, remove your support, and take a slow roll down. We're going to end here with twisted roots. If you know this twist is not for you, please feel free to come into any twist that works in your body. And twisted roots, arms are to a T, and your heels are below your knees. We'll start with crossing right thigh on left as much as feels good to you. There might be space there. That's cool. And then lift the hips up and sit them an inch or two to the right. Room for your spine to move. Keeping right shoulder anchored on your next exhale, navel in, begin to lower both legs to the left. You can use your blanket or your blocks to keep the right shoulder anchored or your right foot as a kickstand. And then you decide, maybe a left hand lightly on the outer right thigh would be just enough to remind you of this twist. Be kind. Head rolling right. And if you'd like to find more space across the heart with your right palm to the ceiling, maybe you drag your right arm up on a diagonal. Feel the breath really full in the right low back on the inhale. And on the exhale, feel your body get a little heavier to the floor. Remember what we practice here, we hope to take with us into our day. Can you continue to observe the quality of your mind? And when you notice it not aligning with your greatest good, maybe ask yourself, what next? Will you continue in that vein of thinking? Could you shift to a more aligning mode of thought? Or maybe it's simply a matter of releasing the thought and being more present in the moment. This is your path. You decide how it goes. Your exhale, releasing your arms to a T, belly button in, helping your legs come back up. And as always, whatever order feels good to you, you can square your hips and unwind your legs in your own time. When you're ready, left thigh on right, as much as feels good. Hips an inch or two to the left. Navel in, and on an exhale, start to lower legs to the right. Keep the left shoulder heavy to the floor. Use your prop here or kickstand the left leg. Maybe right hand lightly to outer left thigh. Maybe head rolling left. And if you'd like, left palm up, drag on a bit of a diagonal for more space across the left side of the chest. Deep inhales into the left low back. Complete exhales, softening you down, little by little. You determine your destiny with your thoughts and the power behind them. If you continue to think yourself incapable of that thing you'd like to do, well, then you'll be incapable. But if you decide to open up, to see what happens, and to maybe allow it to be a playful experiment, you never know what might happen, what you would learn along the way of your own inner strength and all the possibilities before you. On your next exhale, releasing arms to a T. Navel in, legs coming back up, squaring, unwinding in your own time. And from here, let's take the knees wide, holding hamstrings or shins in this reclined child's pose. Just give yourself a little squeeze of knees in toward the torso. And then maybe you'd like to go into a full body stretch from here. Arms overhead, legs long, spreading fingers and toes as you arch your back. If there are any final poses you'd like to take, please know that's available. If you're ready for our relaxation pose, Shavasana, make your way. Remember, a blanket or pillow under the knees is going to help release any tension in the low back, the hips. Placing your feet at least hip width. Let your pinky toes get heavy to the floor, allowing your hips to relax a little bit more. Feel the shoulders tuck under again if they've bunched up. The back of the neck long, chin to throat. Find a sustainable arm placement with palms rotating up to help your shoulders relax. No controlling of the breath, just simply watch the natural and easygoing nature of inhale and exhale. What a wonder the breath process is, as it draws prana, life force, into the body. As the exhale releases tension, dropping you down a little bit more into the earth. Feeling any holding at the back of your skull release down, softening the back of your neck. Noting your shoulders, elbows, and back of hand heavy into the floor. Allow your awareness to travel the length of your spine, each exhale releasing any holding of the muscle there. Feeling your hips anchored into the earth. As they release, flowing of release into the thighs, calves, heels, and bottoms of feet. With each exhale, can you feel your body becoming heavier and wider toward the earth? Your attention to the front body. Can you feel the brow and the muscles around your eyes release? So feel the weight of your eyes in the sockets, eyelids heavy upon them. Soften the deep inner ear where your jaw connects, feeling any leftover tension in the jaw dissipate, relaxing the root of your tongue, your throat. Feeling and spacious across the heart. Can you touch your abdomen with a loving touch of mine? Feeling a release across the hips, tops of the thighs and shins, the tops of your feet and all 10 of your toes. Each inhale, feeling the front body lighter and brighter toward the sky. Just acknowledging this peaceful place your mind has created here and now. Knowing that this is available to you at any time. As always, yogis, you are welcome to stay here as long as would please you. If you decide you're ready to gently reawaken, you might start with fingers and toes. When you're ready, moving on to rotating wrists, ankles, maybe flexing, extending. You might decide another full body stretch would feel pretty good. Maybe this time reaching through right arm, right heel. And then left arm, left heel. Rolling to either side. You're welcome to pause in fetal position as long as pleases you. And when you are ready, strong arms will help you make your way up to a comfortable seat. If you would like, you can bring palms together, thumbs resting at your heart. Just taking some time here for gratitude, as gratitude helps us find joy. So maybe recall or call to mind 3 things that you are grateful for today. And let this move beyond the mind and notice where you feel this gratitude in your body. The love and the light in me recognizes and honors the love and the light in each of you. And when we are in this space, we are one. Namaste, yogis. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope this finds you well.